Hey guys, at my house here in the beautiful Paradise Valley, Arizona, with three of my favorite cars on the planet. I want to show you some cool things about this car. Let's check it out. The 1981 Delorean. They only made like 6,000 of these. Done up just like one of my favorite movies, Back to the Future. Wish I could start it up with this, but the Delorean is just a really cool car, made out of aluminum. Found one, it was in Miami originally, and I got this bad boy sent to Orlando. They have a DeLorean dealership there, and they actually have the guy, there's like two guys in the world that bring these things back to the Future with Mr. Fusion, the flex capacitor, the timetable there. So check it out. I mean, it's got all the details on it. You know, this bad boy is a 5-speed. It was like such a cool car in the 80s. And I'll tell you this, if a Ferrari or a Lambo pulls up and this pulls in the middle, which one you looking at? When I was a kid, we went to rent this movie Back to the Future. Fell in love with the first movie. Then we watched the second one. You know, they go forward in time, the hoverboard. And I thought the hoverboard was like the coolest thing. Like I started working on prototypes, I was like 8 years old. Just brings back great memories. Such a cool vehicle. All right, this is Kit from Knight Rider. And if you guys ever watched the show Knight Rider, this car, super smart car. It could actually fix itself, it makes jumps, got weapons loaded into it. And it would talk back to Michael.
I might also suggest you display a slight kink in your neck since you were driving with your head against the window.
And it's just a legendary car, but if you check it out, it looks kind of like a Batmobile. It's got the dashes. One is a Trans Am. It's a beast. So I'm putting a new computer in it, but basically bringing it back to spec. I mean, it's got the T-tops. This thing is badass. It's every kid's dream. I mean, between this and Airwolf in the era, this was like the cool car. If you were gonna be a crime fighter, you wanted to have Kit alongside of you. Super, super great memories. Just a great car. We're loading AI and a bunch of cool stuff into it. If you guys don't know what Herbie is, you're missing out. You probably didn't have a good childhood. Herbie's a lot older. This is a 1968. I just had a lot of work done to this. These things are super reliable. This one actually normally comes with a 40cc horsepower motor. This one's got 100. It's kind of small, but it's good old Mr. Reliable. And it idles low, but what do you want for a 68? It's pretty basic. It's not as cool as the other two, but it's fun to go out in. Out of every movie I've ever watched, I used to watch Herbie Goes Bananas. And I called my buddy Jim up, who I work with, and I was like, hey, I found a Herbie. And it happened to be like 2 hours from where I lived. Went and looked at it. I think I picked up the whole car for 10 grand. Put a few grand in it, so this is the cheapest out of the few. And this thing goes really, really fast, believe it or not. It could probably beat a lot of cars off the line. Total, these cars might get 300 miles a year combined. But for me, they're memories and they're great conversational piece, and you could have a lot of fun in them. This is Bree's car over here. We looked at a lot of different SUVs, and we just decided an Escalade was the way to go. So whenever anybody's in town, we got plenty of room. It's a really, feels like you're on like a really comfortable boat in this. This thing's got balls. The TRX. This is my daily driver. It's a TRX, about 700 horsepower. I like to ride in style, but two different completely cars, but have a lot of fun in this. And then I got my 67 Chevelle over here. Actually, come check it out. I'll show you guys my other little fun toys. Bree's grandfather passed away, her best friend. What we did there was he had this 68 Firebird convertible, black on black. I want to get her something that she'll never forget. Show you guys what we did here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. All hers, automatic. We're gonna fix some stuff up on it, but it's a sexy, clean car. She loves driving it. We're just gonna get it running tip top. And this is my dad's favorite car. Me and him spent a lot of time. I watch him work on this thing. He's been working on it. This is a 67 Chevelle SS with a 396 under the hood. It's lean, mean. My dad's over here 3 nights a week working on this, and having my dad come here to work on it is more important than any other thing in my life. Spend quality time watching him crawl around here at 70 years old working on his favorite car in his whole life. When he pulled out of this car, I mean, we were skidding, fishtailing. He was having the time of his life. You know, 600 grand for all the vehicles, which you could spend that on a supercar, but I think there's way more memories and a lot more fun to happen here. I remember being 4 years old and my dad ran an automotive shop out of our garage in our house in Sterling Heights, just a 2-car garage, and he'd wake me up to go fix cars. And I probably bought and sold over 1,000 cars, so there's a lot of nostalgia. People don't know this, but you sacrifice a lot to build a business. I lived in an apartment for 4 years recently, right before I got into this house. So the apartment was about 1,000 square feet. This one, when it's done, will be 25,000 square feet, so it's 25 times where I was living. It took a lot of sacrifice, delayed gratification. It took working every day. It took working through problems and not quitting. I'm just a dude from Michigan, used to wash dishes, and I was very fortunate, so very glad the way things have gone, and I didn't stop doubling down. I always bet on myself, and I think that's what the difference is a lot of people, they give up too early, or, you know, you might say, what are you gonna do with the money you have? I think I'm gonna make a big dent in the things I wanna do for a lot of people. I wanna help each and every friend and person that's important to me create wealth on their own. And if I could invest in them versus giving them money and allow them to make wealth for themselves, that's the most gratifying thing I could do. So that's why we do shop tours at A1. That's why I'm always giving back and speaking to people. I don't actually get paid anything to speak. I make my money in my core business and I enjoy giving back. Hey, if you like these cars, wait till next time. Like it, share it, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys checking out my cars, and I hope you come to visit my shop, A1 Garage Door Service, Tommy Mello. Check it out.